All right, guys. Our next guest finally has a return date, as it looks like he's taking on Paulo Costa at UFC 277 in July. The former Strikeforce and UFC middleweight champion himself, kind enough to take a break from his life of helicopters and guns, actually warming up right now as we speak. Luke Rockhold himself. Welcome back, man. How are you? Joining us from training.
Yeah, sir. Say what's up to my man Camacho. How we doing?
Hey, Camacho. I'll tell you what, man. Luke, you're going to have to be careful with that stretching. It's the subtle art of seduction. We're going to have too many people getting pregnant in the comments if you go too hard on those stretches right now.
Oh, deeper.
Yes. Luke understood the assignment. So how much better is life now with the fight finally lined up, man?
It's good. It's good. It's nice. It's nice to finally have this thing locked in, and kind of knew it was coming for a long time. And it's just it's been a headache and a process. Kid doesn't make it easy. He's just, I don't know what he's doing behind the scenes, getting veneers or getting fucking his whole face redone, getting a new nose. What's next? I don't know. But everything, I think he's in all this cosmetic work probably or something. I think what's going on, but because he just keeps delaying. He might come out looking like Caitlyn Jennner, you never know.
Man, I'll tell you what, the journey to this.
I mean, let's fucking, hey, he's trying to delay the fight again to August 20th. This guy something's going on behind the scenes. I don't know what you're doing over there, Caitlyn.
So the contract's not signed yet on his end.
The contract was signed, and now he's trying to move again. Making room for all these detailed things that he's working on. Maybe a new booty, you never know.
Wait, so, man, how do you deal with that, though? Because it's been a long journey back to this octagon for you. So what, now you're still dealing with the fact that you don't 100% know if this guy's going to be ready for UFC 277? How do you deal with that stuff?
I cut back training and just go for the Camacho special.
That's $20 extra from what I saw on the menu.
Oh, it's funny. Come on, Camacho. Get in there, baby. Get in there. You can knock, but you can't come in,
Take us through the timeline a little. So, because, I remember speaking to you, we spoke in February, and you were saying how Paulo Costa was a viable option, right? And now here we are. It's currently May. The fight was supposed to happen in July. So take us through the timeline. When were you guys officially first supposed to fight compared to now?
On July 2nd, and then I think he had his first surgery. And then now then it was July 30th. And then I think he was on the second or third, and then so they pushed it. They want to go to August 20th. So that's all I'm hearing right now.
Do you think he wants to fight?
It's available right now, not longer, but they're under. I think he wants to fight. I think he's just worried about weight and coming back after 2 losses. And this is when you find out who the fuck you are. You lose and you come back. You have all the confidence in the world when you're winning, but when fucking you get shook, you get shook. And so let's see what you fucking got. This is what real fighters come out. This is the men come out, and he's proven that he's just a fucking boy.
So what's the ceiling here, though, Luke? All right, August 20th. It seems like you're open to that, but if he pushes it again, yeah, I mean,
it's over. It's the last straw. This is the last straw. I mean, the UFC wants it. I want to fight. I love it. I love the fight, but I ain't gonna wait any longer. And I'll be ready if something else happens otherwise to anybody else too. So I'm in training. I'm working. Nothing's changing. And I'm just getting better. I'm just getting fucking better every day.
So regardless who it's going to be, August 20th, no matter what, you're going to be fighting basically.
By August 20th, if not, a couple shows sooner.
Just quickly, while we're on Paulo, because we were going to kick it off and talk about, obviously, you and your recovery and training, but while we're talking about Paulo, what do you think of, I guess, the other stuff that he's been doing, some of his other antics, putting up, his Instagram and his Twitter is just a whole bunch of memes and stuff. Some of them are funny. Some of them are, prodding the boss a little bit. What do you think of all the outside of the octagon antics?
I really don't know. I haven't followed any of it. I don't keep up with him. I just all I keep up with is my contract and my date and his weight.
Well, I was going to say the weight was probably the biggest one last time around with Marvin Vettori. Like, some people are speculating that he's trying to get fired so that he can fight somewhere else.
Yeah, I mean, he probably screwed himself in the contractual agreements, losing in the title fight, and it is fucked at the moment, and probably wants out. Yeah, and he's just too dumb to know how to negotiate. So, I don't know.
I mean, what are you expecting from this fight week with them? If it's in July or August, what kind of Paulo Costa do you think you're going to get? Are you expecting some of these antics to continue throughout the fight week with you? Like, do you think he'll be trying to do some similar stuff to what he's done previously?
I don't know. I don't really care. I just care about, kids show up in decent form. And on what the UFC is, I've been informed they're going to monitor his weight week to week, so there'll be an understanding. We're not going to get to, the point and not have a fucking wild card.
Well, that's good. I know you were speaking to our equally handsome friend Brett Okamoto, and you were saying that you would give him a 5-pound allowance. Why even give the 5 pounds?
I don't know. Because it's a lot of work to get to that fucking point, and you want it to, you want to perform, and I want to perform at under your weight. A good warm up for my fucking comeback fight. I mean, I don't know. I don't really care. I want to make weight. I want to make it right, but I ain't gonna fucking make an excuse and ditch this fight. It's like, obviously, to a certain degree, on a fair playing field, we're gonna fight.
As an actual fight.
I think it's Guru.
Camacho.
That's that left foot. It's met a lot. You see it deformed. It's met a lot of shins and fucking arms and heads and fucking livers.
Careful with those thumbs, Camacho.
Hey, what about as a fighter? Like, what do you actually make of Paulo's skill set? Obviously, he's had some success in the UFC. Like, he's had a good run up until the Israel fight. What are you expecting from him actually on fight night skill-wise?
I think he's going to bring it, of course. I think he's going to bring it hard as he can, and it's going to be a front. And you got to give it back to him, make him question every movement, and fucking finish him when there's going to be moments of weakness. He's going to he's going to come off hard and try to act the role, but, who's really the role? Who's really the person? So, I'm ready to find out. I'm gonna be the man, the best of who I am. I promise you that. You're gonna see a different me that you haven't seen before in a long time.
Where's that difference coming from? Like, I know a lot of fighters always say this is the best version of me, but with you, I'm very
just giving no fucks about the rest of life and just devoting every fucking second to what I'm doing. It's like I've done it all, and right now I just want this. I was distracted in the past, and I wanted so many other things, and at this moment, at this time, at the end of my athletic prime, I want this more than ever. And it's just like realizing that, that my window is closing and Father Time is undefeated, and I'm fucking here to give it my fucking all, and just let it go. Not come into fights with tension, and just being able to fight it and not caring about the outcome, but just knowing that you did your best to get to that point. Once you know you did everything to get to that point, you can fight free and without any other burdens and pressures of sponsorships and different weights. I don't have anything like that right now. So this is just fight time.
It's like you're doing it for yourself, kind of. Like you mentioned how, like, we haven't seen a Luke Rockhold like this in a really long time. And I saw you also mention that you found your dog. Explain to me, and not Lucy, but the dog inside of you. Explain to me, like, when was the last time we saw this Luke Rockhold? Like this kind of shape, this kind of mentality before a fight.
The world is, it's a fucking ride. We're always on a ride and an adventure, and at different points you lose track of that fucking ceiling. So this time I just, you know, I'm in a good state of mind. I'm just ready to go. I've gotten everything out of my way and all the distractions, and I'm just focused singularly on, you know, killing the motherfuckers that's put in front of me.
Got rid of all the women. All the women are out of the house.
All the women are out of the house right now, and I think I've been through some shit with some of my last, and I had a very unfortunate abortion and some things we had to go through, and it was an experience I don't want to experience again. And I'm just like, you know, just like little things. There's a lot of other things too. Just bouncing through it all. But I've you know, it's been a fun time off. Been a fucked up time off, and I learned a lot, and I'm just ready to come back and do what I do.
Oh, damn, sorry to hear it, man. We didn't.
Yeah.
I didn't expect that. Just regarding the abortion, if you don't want to go into it, that's okay. But I was just curious: was it a case where you wanted to be a father, and it was something that had to happen, or was it something that, you know, you weren't ready for that in your life, and just yeah?
It was you know, it was something. It was like an ill-informed decision, and it wasn't exactly expected, but it was something that, I don't know. There's more to it. There's a lot to it. It just didn't pan out. But the stars didn't align and things didn't work out, and it was a roller coaster. But you know, I made it through it.
Mm.
What is meant to be is meant to be, and it was everything worked out for the best. I'll tell you that.
Yeah.
Unfortunately, and unfortunately.
Yeah.
At the same time.
So sorry to hear it again, man. But I was going to say, on Instagram, you said, I spent the last 3 months dedicated entirely to myself and the fight game. I've put myself in the fire, and I've done absolutely everything within my power to best understand if my body and mind still belong at the top of this game. I mean, that seems to me like a pretty crazy time period. Like, take us through those, through that time. What were those last 3 months been like for you, having to sort of test yourself, looks like mentally and physically, to see if you belong at the top of the game?
Yeah, it's just being honest with yourself and your body, and you know what you're really capable of, and but also giving everything to be that, to give that understanding, giving everything to understand that. So I just wanted to give myself that opportunity, obviously, with everything that went down, and so I turned the page and used it as energy, as fuel, and fucking made it, just put everything in play, put my body to the limit, got my nutrition right. I'm working with a biohacking team, Font, spending a lot of money with them, and they've really kind of run my levels and my blood, and put me back on the perfect nutritional program. I'm just trying to complement that by physically doing everything I can, and then obviously, and then mentally, once I'm physically there, which I've figured out, put myself in front of like killers and performing, and knowing I still have that fucking, I got it, I want it. You know, when the going gets tough, when you're fucking broken and bruised and you don't want to fucking get back up and go to the gym, and you got to go fucking spar the young hungry kid. That's when you got to know if you want it or not. And like, you at that point, and you know, I'm still not gonna let these kids get the best of me. So fuck it, let's go.
Hey, was there a point in the camp, like, I'm sure you had your own doubts going through it, but was there a point in that camp where you're like, all right, I think I'm going to be okay. Like, all right, I know I can hang with these guys. I know I've got the hunger. I know I can do it. Do you remember, can you pinpoint that part of the camp, like when that clicked in your mind?
No, there never was a camp. I'm not in fucking camp. I'm just in life.
Camp of life, the camp of life.
Fucking do what I'm doing.
Yeah.
I'm just happy to get up, and you know, obviously I'm taking my time to get to that point, but you know, I know I can still get up and get it on.
But what I like about that post is, like, you were very honest and very candid about it, where you went through, you know, sort of like a journey to discover if you still have it and if this is what you still want to do. But I'm curious, at the start of that, what was your mentality? Did you know for certain that you would fight in the future? Were you like, I'm definitely going to fight, it's a matter of time? Or were you like, look, I don't know, we'll see how these next 3 months go, and you know, to see if you can understand your body better?
I mean, I had a thought I would fight for sure, you know, but I was going to be honest with myself in the end, and at the, you know, if I got to that point, if that got to that point, which it never did. So I believed in myself, and I just put myself to it, and yeah, and I fucking passed the test. So I'm fucking ready.
Just quickly before you go, Dennis, sorry, I was going to ask, how is the body, man? Because you had the herniated disc, and that was last year. You're supposed to fight Sean Strickland. I know when you told us, I thought, gee, herniated disc, I've got a herniated disc as well. So it can be pretty serious. How did you even go about fixing that?
I've been through so many injuries this last 3 years. My shoulder, which was just craziest thing. When you have a bad shoulder, you have a bad shoulder. It's just like, it's the most complicated joint in the body, and you never know what to come from it. So I've been through every specialist and physical therapist and different people I could work with to try to find and navigate the health of that. And I've learned so many things within that space, and obviously, and then I had to tackle a whole new problem, which was the L4, L5, the lower back issues, which I've never had. And so really understanding all the science behind that too, and working with the best people in the world to understanding what is health in the body. You know, it's like you're compressing your body all these years since you're born. And so it's like, you really have to focus on decompression, elongation, and circulation, really, and forcing circulation back to those like stale spots of the body or things that don't build, and then static holds and muscle balance, everything. So there's just so much to it, man. It's but being, turning it into a science and fucking living every day of it. I got distracted for a long time, and I wanted something different. Now I know what I want. So putting all the pieces in play and understanding everything it takes.
Is that the UFC gold? Is that the ultimate thing right now that you're thinking of after Paulo Costa?
No, I never think about anything but the top.
Yeah. Because
the top of the food chain, I don't fucking think about fight. I don't think, if I was coming back to fight, it's like the fact I'm coming back is I think I can beat everybody. I do it right. Everybody, nobody's standing in front of my way. As long as I relax and I fight to my potential, these guys can't. On any given day, it's my day. I guarantee. Guarantee it.
Yeah. Speaking of your day, Father's Day is coming around the corner for all our friends in the US. And why not show your father that you care about him? Give him a personal gift like the Manscaped Lawnmower 4.0 in the Performance Package 4.0. Lawnmower, of course, the pound for pound best grooming tool on the market. Friend of the UFC, friend of the program. You've got the LED light. It's waterproof. You got the wireless charging dock. You've also got the skin safe technology, so you don't have to worry about nicks or cuts. You've got all sorts of different guards. You've got different lengths and textures if you want to play around that way. You've got the travel lock as well. It really is the perfect grooming tool for the boys downstairs. And the Performance Package 4.0 also comes with the Weed Whacker ear and nose hair trimmer. We all know our dads have all sorts of crazy hairs growing out of their noses, out of their ears. Get rid of that with the nose hair trimmer. You've also got the Crop Preserver Ball Deodorant, Crop Reviver Toner, and the Performance Boxer Briefs. And if you are so inclined, Manscaped even have the Boxers 2.0, which honestly is the most comfortable underwear I have ever worn. So show your father that you care about him. Make him as presentable as possible. If not for any other reason, then it saves you racking your brain of what to get. And make sure, with the Crop Reviver, keep everything smelling nice and keep the pumpkin spice the right way all summer long. Isn't that right, Dennis?
That's right, man. And a fantastic beard trimmer as well. So kill all those birds with Manscaped. I'm pretty sure that's how that goes.
Yeah.
No? Yeah. Whatever. Kill the birds. Just kill all those birds. They're too loud. And then also, guys, don't forget that Manscaped has all sorts of products. So if you guys already got them, the lawnmower, jump on there, take a shower routine to the next level. All sorts of amazing products there in the boxes like Casper mentioned. You guys can get 20% off with the code word submission. Go to manscaped.com and free shipping today and change your dad's life forever on Father's Day with a gift that nobody else can get unless they have the code word submission and unless they go to manscaped.com. It is one of the best gifts you can give. Now, Cass, also, our friends at MyBookie are just making people money hand over fist this year. I mean, we've seen people talk about all the great odds they've bet on, all the money that they've made. And right now, they already have some of the big fights. They already have some odds out for the big possible fights in the future. How about this? Conor McGregor versus Kamaru Usman. Conor McGregor right now at a plus 400. Kamaru Usman minus 650. What about Francis Ngannou versus John Jones? Ngannou at a plus 190. Jones at a plus 145. Or even that Nate Diaz-Dustin Poirier fight that doesn't look like it's going to happen at this point. Plus 250. minus for Nate Diaz, minus 350 for Dustin Poirier. What I'm trying to say is not only do these guys have you sorted for all the big fights, the fights coming up this weekend, the fights that are happening down the track, UFC 275, UFC 276, and after that, but they also have you sorted for dream matchups that haven't even been announced yet. Make sure to go MyBookie today. Use that code word submission. Double your first deposit. Make sure to check out the NBA betting section if you love the basketball like I do. They have all sorts of great bets to figure out who is going to win these crazy playoffs. Hopefully, it's going to be the Boston Celtics versus the Golden State Warriors, and the Boston Celtics coming out on top. You guys can make some serious money with our friends at MyBookie.
That's right. Go Celtics, go teams, go sports. But also, if you're going to make investments, the best investment you can probably make right now is a VPN, because it's end of financial year season. You're buying all sorts of stuff. Maybe you got a business. Maybe you're going to write stuff off before tax time. Maybe you're buying a, I don't know, $8,000 computer because you needed to send a couple of emails in the office, but really you're going to be using it for gaming and hardcore hentai. But that's okay. The problem is when you buy all that stuff online, if you're like me, you've got all your credit card information saved on your phone, on your computer. It's on your Google Chrome. It's on your Firefox, because I don't want to be putting in my credit card details number by number. The problem is if you're using any kind of public Wi-Fi, all that stuff can be stolen in an instant. Maybe you're in an airport using that Wi-Fi. Maybe you're out to lunch and you're using the mall or shopping center internet because you're not getting good reception. That's when you can get all your stuff stolen. You don't want that. So you use a VPN like NordVPN. It blocks everything. It blocks any kind of trackers. It blocks, even if you're at home browsing and you're on some kind of questionable websites, your internet service provider can see everything. But as soon as you turn on your VPN, like NordVPN, they can't track anything. You can also change your geolocation, as we've said 1,000 times. If you're in Australia and then you change your geolocation to America, all of a sudden you have American Netflix and everything Netflix America has to offer, or Netflix UK, or Germany or Canada or anywhere, shows that may not be available in your region. But the main thing we're trying to stress here is keep yourself safe, keep all your websites and your data hidden. And it's not just for your computer, it's for your phone. They have fantastic, phenomenal apps for Android, for iPhone. It is a phenomenal experience with NordVPN. I have it running all the time in the background, and unlike other VPNs, I can't tell, because with other VPNs, they'll slow down your internet. With Nord, there is zero speed throttling or buffering. So when you're watching videos, there is no lag, no slowdown. It's phenomenal. Isn't that right, Dennis?
That's right, man. Like, for example, accidentally search for a penis pump on Google. All of a sudden, whenever your friends are using your phone, there's penis pump ads that pop up all the time, no matter what website you go to, no matter how many times you delete your history. And you never even wanted a penis pump to begin with. So make sure you don't end up in that situation next time you go visit your kids at the kindergarten and connect your phone up to watch the latest episode of Paw Patrol and accidentally click on the Google Chrome and boom, everybody knows your dirty little secrets. Make sure to jump with NordVPN and get this crazy deal. You guys can go to nordvpn.com/submission, get that huge discount off your NordVPN plan plus threat protection for free. That's going to secure you from all those crazy hackers trying to steal your credit card information, plus one additional month for free. And stop giving everybody all your personal information without even realizing it, guys. And this is completely risk-free because Nord has a 30-day money-back guarantee. So if you guys don't like it, you get your cash back. It's a great opportunity to try out this NordVPN app and see how it changes your life for the better today. But Luke, I was going to say the division right now is pretty open. There's not really many contenders. You've got Cannonier, Strickland, and Alex Pereira that kind of stand out. If you get this win over Paulo Costa in July or August, where do you think you fit in here with a win? Do you think there's a chance you might even avoid fighting Sean Strickland along the way and just get that next title shot?
I mean, you guys think about when I left. I was the number 2 ranked middleweight in the world, and I lost to Yoel Romero, who missed weight by 3 pounds in a title fight, which I killed myself too. So I haven't lost my spot, really. I'm still, I should be still, obviously time away, this and that, yes, but I go reclaim my fucking position right here against the number 4 guy and beat him and put him away like nobody has. Give me what's mine.
It doesn't hurt that Israel seems, you guys have a lot of respect for each other, and Israel seems to, want fresh guys. I know that you mentioned to Brett also that you're eyeing Israel. Is it Israel specifically, or is it just the belt? Like, how important is it for you to fight, him for the belt specifically?
I don't see what people think. Is it the belt? Is the belt? Anybody who looks at the belt and just wants the belt is a bitch. I look champion, and I want to take the champion to be the champion. It's not the belt. Interim belts are all this bullshit. You don't look at the fucking belt like, oh, the belt's going to make you a champion. Beating the champion makes you a fucking champion. So that's all you focus on is the fucking champion.
And that's it. So is it kind of like you want to be the first guy to beat Israel at middleweight?
I just want to fight Israel and test myself against the best.
Because we got to be fair here to Jared Cannonier. He's obviously taken on Israel next. He's super tough dude. How much of a chance are you going to give him when these guys match up in July? Do you think there's a chance he might be fighting somebody else for the belt by the time you make it to this title shot?
Cannonier's got 20% chance. He's got a puncher's chance. I mean, but Israel's so long and effective. How he gets out of the way of a power puncher like that, it's just I don't know. I don't see. He fights from so many angles. It's gonna be tough for Cannonier to get through that power kicks and takedowns or whatever he's gonna fucking try to do. You never know though. He's a tough dude.
I'd love to see you in Israel. I just think it's a fun fight. Obviously, so you're a massive name, and I think, I just think it'd be great, and I think Israel would want it as well. I wonder, like, after everything that you've been through, man, how important. You were saying, like, people, like, you don't want to look like a bitch kind of thing. You want to go in there and you want to beat the best. You want to prove that you're the best. How much do you pay attention to, like, the online chatter? After everything that you've been through, how important is it for you to sort of prove the doubters wrong? The people that say, hey, he's been out for too long, et cetera, et cetera.
I quit using Twitter because everyone's just fucking a hater hiding behind a fucking tag. It doesn't have an identity. Kind of like how DC, I just hear things through the grapevine. How Cormier went on Twitter and tried to talk shit about my golf game when, I had to hear that through the grapevine. When we all know the real truth of, haters hate. Haters have the fake hate, but the real shit comes out on the golf course. Just the rotation. You got to learn how to rotate. Gotta learn how to rotate around that big barrel body sometimes, you know what I mean?
I love how Ian Gary was like, you don't want any of this, and people were like, oh my god, he wants to fight. And you guys are just bantering about golf. He had to explain it to me. I have to ask though, as we wrap, how much money did you win off DC? You did win the pot, right? I saw the videos and I was like, he won some money, then you won. How much money did you win off him?
We weren't like going straight up. It was just like, it was just fun little bets where it's like, how could I make a shot? Can I make it onto the green here? Or can we make it on this spot? That hitting targets. It's not like DC we went head to head. I mean, that would be embarrassing if we went head to head. It would just be absolutely embarrassing.
Well, Tiger Woods, he's located in California if you need any tips. But for now, he's preparing for his big return for July 30th. But now it looks like it could be August 20th against Paulo Costa. Of course, follow the man on Instagram to check out all of his adventures at Luke Rockhold. Luke, man, we can't wait to see Camacho. Make sure to check out Camacho.
Make sure to check out Camacho.
Thanks for keeping our boy Limber Camacho.
And the Camacho special.
The Camacho special. An extra $20.
Only here at Churchill.
It's worth it.
There used to be a Camacho special sign in here.
Take it down. The demand was too high.
I guess. See you.
Thanks for your time, Luke. Bye.
Bye-bye.